All right. So I wanted to hop on here. I had a little bit of a download moment come through when I was driving on my way back home from the gym yesterday morning. So I finally have time to record this. So I just want to say, as long as you don't give up, everything's going to work out for you. As long as you don't give up on that dream, the passion, the project, whatever that thing is, the relationship, whatever, everything will always work out. It's not going to work out how you want it to or how you might want it to, right? Because you're gripping onto a need for some sort of control on how things unravel, right? Because the one thing we can't control in life is time. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't give up on yourself, if you don't give up on the thing that you are so ridiculously passionate about, and it has to be an idea, right? It has to be this idea of some type of love. It could be about a goal, a career, whatever that thing is, it is going to work out. And it works out in the way that it is meant to. Things don't work out for you when you're not ready to receive them, when you're not at the right frequency to attain those things. They work out when they're meant to. I can't control the unfolding of my life. No matter how many times I've tried, I can't control the when, the why, the how. But we figure those things out once they're there. And then we reflect, right? We realize, holy shit, now I know why everything had to happen the way it did, because this is where it led me to. And I get it now. You have no clue how many times on my own personal journey where I have been in that area of spiraling, that urgency, that need to want to spiral and let the anxiety take over, because I have no freaking clue where I'm at in my journey. Like, these are moments, right? But I'm telling you right now, one thing that I have adopted for the last 1.5 years so far is learning how to regulate my nervous system during those most unknown moments in the journey. Because here's the thing, right? Even though I'm in this unknown right now, I know I'm not giving up. Even if I don't know what's going to happen right around the corner, I'm not giving up. Because I'm stubborn? Well, that's one. I guess stubbornness is pretty healthy sometimes. And secondly, because I really, really, really want this and I know my emotional why behind it. And that why is stronger than anything that I'm going through. And then it works out. When you least expect it, the more you trust, the more you surrender, the more you release the need to control the timeline on when things unravel for you, love, that is when things start to work out in your favor. And the reason why I'm saying that, I know it sounds kind of cliche, maybe I'm wording it a little bit differently and you probably heard this many times before. Well, one, if you've heard it many times before, it's because it works and it's true. And secondly, because when you release that need for control, you are no longer giving that much power over the part of your brain that wants the need to survive. When you do that, have you ever seen the movie Inside Out, the second one with anxiety? They are constantly trying to predict the future. That's just not the case. You can't do that. It's all assumptions, but those assumptions are coming from a filtering process that's happening in your brain based off of your traumatic experiences, based off of your upbringing, based off of everything that your brain has learned to be determined or seen as danger, right? Even when it might not be years and years from now when you're experiencing a similar thing. So it's all assumptions. And when we can release that need to keep assuming, to keep trying to control every outcome, right? We are giving and expanding. We're making space. That's the best word. We are making more space inside of our souls, inside of our very beings, to stay curious, to be more observant, right? And when we are more observant, we start to notice out our external. We start to look around and see the world a little bit differently. And that also makes more space in our minds to start questioning things differently, seeing different perspectives, until out of nowhere, when you least expect it, it all clicks. It all starts to make sense. That idea that maybe you didn't know was going to be an idea years ago became the thing. And then you look back on your life and you realize, holy shit, this is why it all happened the way it did. You know, I don't know if any of you guys have ever gone to see like a psychic, for example, and they tell you like, this is going to happen in your life, and you're like, okay, like how the hell is it going to happen? And you want to keep going to the psychic. You want to keep understanding more and more. And you're using up all your money and all your resources because you are so quote unquote desperate, love. But that's just all based off of fear, right? We're letting the fear control our brain. We're getting too excited. We're getting too ahead of ourselves. When in reality, we're supposed to surrender. We're supposed to release. We're supposed to pretend like that thing didn't even get given to us this information in the first place, because I'm telling you, we can't control the timeline of the when that stuff works out for us. Only thing we can do is stay on the energy, route ourselves with the most healed versions of ourselves whenever we can, continue to evolve, continue to not give up, right? Because it's the now, the actions that you do now is what matters. That's the only thing you can control, right? And then when you least expect it, you're going to have a moment. Maybe you're going to look back and you're like, holy shit, like this is what she said is happening. And I didn't understand it, but now I do, because I wasn't supposed to understand it before. I didn't have all the information yet. I didn't know the how, and I wasn't supposed to. I wasn't supposed to obsess about it. I wasn't supposed to sit with it any longer than the times that it took for her to share this information with me. And I'm just using that as an example, but now you understand. And I'm just telling you guys, like, just because if something in your life is not working out right now in the way maybe you hoped it would, maybe you left a relationship that you really didn't want to give up on and you don't understand the why behind it, I'm telling you, you're not supposed to just yet. If you don't know the why yet or now, there's a reason for that. There's still things that you're going to experience that are going to collectively like pile all up. There is a bumblebee just flying around me and it is the cutest thing ever. So if that's not confirmation, I don't know what is. I just hear zzz, like in my ear right now. Okay, sorry. What was I saying? I keep getting distracted by the bee. And it's like a cute little fat bumblebee. It's so plump. Okay. Honestly, if this is how the video is supposed to end, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe Source is like, okay, Bridget, you said enough. So I'm going to just hold space for that. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. I just felt really called to share that because sometimes in life we think that there are so many horrible things happening to us and we just don't know why. But in reality, those very things that we define or put a label on to be deemed as horrible are actually the very things that could be the blessings down the road. We just don't know it yet. So don't assume, don't jump to conclusions if you don't have all the information, love. I'm telling you right now, you probably don't. And that is okay. You're not supposed to know it all. Because then what's the point of living the human experience? What's the point of having the life you're having right now if you knew everything around the corner? You're not supposed to. But I'm telling you, it's all gonna work out. Just don't give up. You got this, okay? Sending you guys so much love.